Alright, we are back and once again absolutely flooded by the amount of content that there is here on YouTube. If you've been on some sort of art journey for a while here, then you have probably heard the likes of Proco, Mark with his art school, and the guy that seems to be taking over at the moment, Antonio from Artwad. Now, these guys, they are all fantastic in their own right. But not every teacher is for every student. The biggest thing that I've learned in the last 18 months of learning art on YouTube, it's not always about finding the best artist. It's more about finding the right educator who has the right philosophies and teaching style that suits your goals. And over all of this learning, I've come across so many fantastic educators who could completely transform your learning if only you had found them sooner. So today I'm going to give you 6 awesome art educators that you might have missed to help you find the educator that fits you best. And as always, share the love below, share any awesome educators that you've come across that I've missed. The first is someone that I came across a while ago when I was still finding my feet. At the time, his stuff really wasn't for me. He wasn't really doing those deep dives into the fundamentals, which is the stuff that I really needed to begin with. But recently, I've been reevaluating my goals, and I've come to realize just how important it is that your teacher aligns with where you are going. And as beginners, that is something that a lot of us, including myself, tend to neglect. My goals are children's books and middle grade graphic novels. So someone that's building fundamentals and foundational skills in that world has been game changing for me. So while someone like Mark Brunette teaches similar topics, probably better, his focus leans more towards things that you would see in a Blizzard game, which is fantastic, but it's just not my lane. So coming back to someone like Jake Parker has been super refreshing. He's a children's book illustrator and an educator, but he's also the guy that started Inktober. If you're interested in stylized characters, comics, picture books, storytelling, and world building, he could be your guy and he is definitely worth checking out. But his YouTube channel really focuses on comic books. But beyond YouTube, him and a couple of other people have a comprehensive course that starts with the basics and then branches off into children's books and comic books and weaves those foundational things in a logical way that makes sense, which seems like something that really speaks to me. Even if these aren't your goals, he's definitely someone that you should be checking out. The next one is probably someone that you have definitely heard of and definitely come across in the last year because he has been blowing up quick. A few people recommended his channel to me and I'm really glad that they did. Some of his biggest inspirations are King Jung Ji, and he explores art through the lens of drawing from imagination, taking those things that you see in your head and putting them straight into the page without relying on a reference. What I love most about it is that not only is he an awesome artist, but he is also an excellent teacher. Being able to execute a skill is one thing, but being able to break it down and explain it clearly is a whole nother thing entirely. I'm not entirely sure how to say his name, but I'm just going to call him Broken Draw. What I really like about his channel is that he does a really good job of bridging the gap between understanding and learning fundamentals and then tying that into drawing and actually creating from your imagination. Drawing from your imagination is genuinely one of the hardest skills to learn because it forces you to have such an incredible understanding of perspective, of form, and of anatomy so that you can blend it all together and stylize it in a way that fits what you are picturing in your head. And that is exactly what he's practicing in public, which is both inspiring and super motivating. That skill is so far beyond what I am capable of, but he does such a good job of setting a clear foundation and drawing such a clean line between the beginning and the end. He's not presenting himself as a master and he's just learning alongside us. That is what makes his content so approachable. He breaks down really complex topics into understandable chunks that are really simple to understand. You'll find foundational tutorials, drawing exercises, study habits, and deep dives into how to think about form. He's also just released a completely free ebook that has 25 awesome exercises that can take you from those beginning stages right up until the end, which I do think every beginner should get their hands on. This one, Broken Draw actually did put me onto in one of his live streams, but he has such a small following and I want to make sure that other people get to check him out too. Zeph Draws has a very small channel with only a handful of videos on live stream, but they are packed full of insight. His focus is also drawing from imagination, but he takes it a step further. His content is all focused on developing spatial awareness and drawing intuitively, understanding and feeling the forms in 3D as opposed to relying on guidelines. His videos really helped me improve my mannequinization and understanding the form of construction. And it really did take me from the idea of how to draw boxes to thinking about them in 3D space and how they work together. He also has some really affordable PDFs on his Gumroad that are really worth checking out if you want to develop your sense of form and space. The next one might sound familiar because he has 1.2 million followers and an absolutely massive library of content, but he has uploaded less than 10 videos in the past 2 years and YouTube doesn't like that, so he probably isn't getting pushed out as much as he was. And that means that there are some people out there who probably haven't come across him yet and we just can't have that. Cynic's Design is a self-taught digital artist and concept designer with some of the best videos out there on design theory, shape language, and stylized painting. But what really stands out to me is his approach to anatomy. Cynic's has been around for so long, but even though he doesn't upload as much anymore, his older videos still hold up so well as free resources online. He doesn't just show you how to paint, but he shows you why shapes and colors and different designs work and how you can push your own style. But the best part is the way that he approaches anatomy and design. He has such a unique approach that you don't don't really see other people using. His explanations are so clear, and his style, while it is different, it might just be the thing that you're looking for. He's definitely someone that you should check out if you haven't yet. To add to your arsenal of teachers, he will definitely give you a unique perspective on your learning. All right, the next one was completely new to me, despite the fact that he has over 100k subs. So there is a chance that he is completely new to you too. Rod God the Artist really does feel like a true educator. You might have seen some of his stuff on Instagram, where he does little character designs on post-it notes, but his channel is packed with tutorials covering foundational stuff and more complex concepts, all explained in a very simple and digestible way, filled with tons of little hacks and tips that can really help level up your understanding. He also offers full courses outside of YouTube if you find yourself vibing with his style. The last is one of the masters of color and light, who's worked as a lighting instructor for some of the biggest studios in the world. This guy knows his shit. He is the light mentor, Jeremy Vicky. He has about 100k followers on YouTube and about 45 videos, and every single one of them has so much valuable insights in them. His explanations on color and light are incredibly clear, and he has so many examples and demonstrations that go along with his work. Color and light has been a focus of mine for the past 6 weeks, and it really felt like this mysterious thing that I couldn't quite get my head around. But Jeremy has the gift of making the complex simple. He'll walk you through how light actually behaves without getting too sciencey. He talks you through how light behaves and how to create atmosphere and how to create contrast in your work. Honestly, his YouTube channel could be a paid course, which is not far off because I have taken his Color and Light 101 course, and it really did skyrocket my understanding. It took me from absolutely no idea to be able to painting things like this. What I will say though is that if you just go to his channel and work through from his first video to about halfway through, you are going to get about 70% of what that course has just from his channel. But if you do want to go deeper, he has 2 more courses after that, plus mentorships on his website if you want to take things further. So these are 6 educators that you might have missed. Let me know if there's someone else out there that you believe deserves attention. And if you haven't checked it out, check out the first video where I go through 6 other educators that could very well be your next teacher.